Hello, I'm here to talk to you about making abortion illegal. But what is abortion? Abortion is known as the deliberate termination of a fetus pregnancy. Most of these abortions are done by licensed doctors. They're also done by unlicensed doctors, but that's a little less common in America. Abortions have become so popular that they have skyrocketing numbers. This last year alone, there were 960,000 reported abortions, and the year before that, there was 926,240 abortions, which is a small drop, but not much. These abortions were had by women between the ages of 20 and 24. Usually, abortions that happen in a hospital, as you can see here, happen by extraction. This is the baby's fetus, which is 23 weeks old. As you can see, they're semi-fully developed, and the doctor basically takes his prongs and just pulls the baby out. This is not how all abortions are done, but this is how some of the abortions are done. For this country to allow women to abort babies is as if they're allowing them to play God. That is only one effect of abortions. Other effects would be such things as mental health issues and other effects that might come on later in life. Abortion is known as murder, and murder is known as wrong. For any people who are religiously affiliated in this country, which are a lot of people, it is said in the Bible in Genesis 9:17, "As for you, be fruitful and multiply." God wants us to be fruitful. He wants us to multiply the earth. It's also said in Exodus 20, verse 13, that thou shalt not murder, which is a huge law that we have in America, that you should not kill people. And a fetus is a person, whether they're in the womb or out of it. It's also said in the Quran, chapter 6, verse 140, people who kill their children are foolish and lack knowledge. So it doesn't even have to be something that's religious. One thing that we do know is that we should not kill, whether they're in the womb or not. Some effects of abortion would be breast cancer. A study was done by the Indiana Journal of Cancer and found a correlation between breast cancer and abortion. Women who have had more frequent abortions are more likely to get breast cancer. Also, the Scandinavian Journal of Public Health did a study on abortions and depression. They showed that women who do have more abortions or have abortion at all are more likely to have depression and self-hate of themselves. It is also known that women who have abortions early in their lives, it may be harder for them to conceive. So if you're 20 or 19 or 21 and you've conceived a child and you have an abortion, when you're in your late 20s or early 30s, it could be harder for you to have children. People who have abortions need to know that that's not the only option. I think sometimes when women do get pregnant, they get scared and they have people in their ear telling them all these things, and there are other options besides abortion, such as adoption. There were 135,000 children adopted just last year. And it's also said that by the CDPC that 10% of women have a very hard time having children, keeping children, or even conceiving them. So if we continue to rise that rate, we'll soon be underpopulated, because if women continue to have abortions and they're not able to conceive as well, the 10% number will continue to rise. Also, abortions don't just affect the mother, they affect the father and the people around them. Yes, it is a woman's body, but you're sharing it with someone else, and you chose to have relations with someone and create a child. So I think as a country, we need to start taking responsibility for the children that we create. The mental effects of abortion is not only going to affect us now, but our children in the future. If we continue to have abortions and continue to say it's okay, women in the future, our daughters, are going to continue to think that, oh, well, it's okay, it's just an abortion, when it's not. They're not going to be able to see the other side effects, because we're not publicizing the other side effects of having an abortion. We need to take action to prevent these things from affecting our children in the future. We also do need to take responsibility for our actions. I got most of my information from different journals and books, some books being the Bible, the Quran. I also got some information from the Indiana Journal of Cancer and the Scandinavian Journal of Public Health, as well as some other resources. Thank you so much for listening to my speech.